Tackling South Africa's growing culture of crime and violence at schools. Happy birthday to the Democratic Alliance. This week marks 25 years in the business of politics. And back from the brink of a regional war, Iran and Israel agreed to a ceasefire, but already it's not holding. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
South Africa has a problem with violence at schools. Bullying, gangsterism, and vandalism are all prevalent, and it's getting worse. The impact of violence and trauma on students, teachers, and the curriculum is staggering. So what has been done to stop it?
Basic Education Minister Siviwe Gwagube says they are concerned about the alarming increase of violent incidents at South African schools. Gwagube says they've identified 283 problematic schools situated in crime hotspots. She adds that visible policing, search and seizures, and staff vetting are some of the actions they'll be taking to ensuring safety at schools.
It is very important to note that we're going to be absolutely intolerant to anyone who inflicts any violence to not only our learners but to also our teachers in our school.
Gwagube adds that schools should not be viewed as places of crime but for teaching and learning. Ndutuzelo Nene, Eyewitness News in Cape Town.
The Eastern Cape floods death toll has risen to 100 as search and recovery operations continue across the province. The provincial government confirms that 94 bodies have been positively identified while 6 remain unidentified. More than 3 weeks after torrential rains swept through multiple districts, officials say several people are still missing.
Rescue teams have been working around the clock here in Umtata as search operations intensify daily in areas ravaged by the recent floods. The teams have, however, complained that failure to immediately report bodies discovered by locals is delaying the identification process and greatly affecting their operation. 94 of the 101 confirmed victims have been identified and handed to their loved ones, while 7 remain unclaimed. Siseko Mcakuvana is head rescuer for aid organization Gift of the Givers.
We're not reported to SAPS. Each and every day there's new information that is coming forth. So the operation won't stop till we find every loved one.
Meanwhile, humanitarian aid is set to roll out in Mnguma district this week as many distressed families wait and hope that their missing loved ones will also be found. Monke Zikoko, Eyewitness News, Eastern Cape.
95% of water services have been restored in OR Tambo, but parts of Coffee Bay, Tata West and Mslanga remain without supply. And as cold, windy, wet weather heads towards South Africa, there are concerns of the impact it'll have on this already devastated area. Santaco has confirmed the death of its national chairperson, Zola Yolelo. He was among 6 men shot and killed during a police operation on the R61 between Tata and Qobo. Police say the shootout occurred during an intelligence-driven sting operation yesterday, targeting a group suspected of extortion. Yolelo had been a prominent figure in the taxi industry, rising through the ranks from being car washer and conductor to national chairperson of Santaco.
There will not be any further media interviews as the matter of Mr. Yolelo's passing is a part of police investigations.
The Royal House of Abatembo says residents of Mtata West have been terrorized by extortionists for years. Royal advisor for the Royal House, Matthew Mpahla, says there have been times when multiple businesses, schools and institutions would close their doors after they weren't able to pay protection fees.
They are very scared to speak up or to report these criminal elements to the police. In other words, it becomes a private contract between the shop owner and the said extortionist.
74,000 people have lost their jobs in the first quarter of this year. Stats SA says trade, community services and mining were the biggest casualties. Manufacturing is the only industry recording a slight hike of 2,000 jobs in the first quarter of this year. Eskom has written off 830 million rand of the city of Johannesburg's massive debt, leaving an outstanding balance of 3.2 billion rand. The city and the power utility announced today that they've reached an agreement on how the remaining money will be settled. The two have just come out of a billing dispute which stemmed from the Metro's initial refusal to settle the debt.
All of those have been removed as we remove them they total to 830 million rands. So that 3.2 billion is less than 830 million rands, and that's a concession that the ESCOM has made.
Donald Trump is extremely angry over ceasefire violations. The US president has lashed out at Israel and Iran.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing. Do you understand that?
This just hours after a declaration of a ceasefire, adding that Israel has achieved all its objectives in the 12-day war with its arch foe. After Iran attacked the US airbase in Qatar last night, the price of oil and gas plummeted.
So prior to Israel's attack on Iran, we were basically sitting in a situation where OPEC Plus was increasing production, and we were sitting in a situation where global oil demand was quite weak.
The Democratic Alliance has celebrated its 25th anniversary today by handing out blankets to pensioners in Hanover Park. DA leader John Steenhuisen joined Cape Town Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis and other party officials to celebrate by sharing its birthday cake with the residents of Hanover cottages.
There really is only one party that can say with a real sense of pride that we have devoted ourselves to the service of the public of South Africa and that we have a lot to show for it. We govern with integrity, we respect people's money, we look after it, we do not steal it.
I can confirm, Chairperson, that the preparations for local government elections 2026-2027 are well underway.
The Electoral Commission says it's well on track to prepare for a November 2026 local government election. Although legally the next municipal poll only needs to take place by February 2027, the Commission has today presented its action programme to Parliament in the event the next poll is held exactly 5 years since the 2021 election. The Commission estimates the next poll will cost at least 2.7 billion rand and has reiterated that electronic voting won't be used in the next poll. If you want to find out more about the news, listen to EWN on the radio. You can also download the app.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.